Hi, thanks for watching this video. My name's Chris, and I'm going to be showing you how we're creating hyper-targeted online billboard ads for orthodontists. How we're using perfect ads to get the best qualified leads for your practice at the lowest cost possible. In this video, we'll cover how to prevent getting burned and blowing up your budget with Google, SEO, Facebook, or anything that you've tried in the past. How to generate highly relevant clicks but pay way less than the market, and how to guarantee that you get the highest quality of leads possible in your market, and how you can have all of this launched for you without any risk whatsoever. Does that sound too good to be true? Well, it's not, and I'm going to explain in this video why. Here's a typical billboard ad for a top-rated orthodontist, and you might pay $5,000, $10,000, even more for a billboard ad like this, just depending on the location. And typically you'll put an ad like that on a major highway where there's lots and lots of traffic. But unfortunately, ads like this may not be very relevant to the number of people that are actually traveling on that highway. Why is that? Well, just like when you're driving on the highway, you might be in the market for a cable internet provider, whereas this person might be looking for an electrician, and this person might be looking for a plumber. And then the person that maybe is looking for an orthodontist is traveling on the opposite side of the highway. They're going in the wrong direction and they don't even see the ad whatsoever, right? And then once in a while, you might actually find someone that's in the market for an orthodontist that sees your billboard ad. So you spend 5K, you end up making 6K, so you're profitable with your advertising, so you continue to do it. But what if? What if we could make advertising much more relevant at a much lower cost? And we could take a street like this and put everybody that's in the market for a plumber on this street, and everyone who's looking for a cable internet provider on this street. And then the people who are actually looking for an orthodontist, we could put them right here on this street. How much more relevant could our advertising now be? Everyone on this street then would now be in the market for an orthodontist. Our conversion rate would go way up, and our advertising costs would be way lower. Well, online traffic works the same way. Google's created a platform where you can put in a search term like an orthodontist, and you can filter that in all sorts of different ways. An orthodontist in Portland, an orthodontist in Northwest Portland, Southwest Portland, Northeast Portland, and you can keep filtering it. Maybe you're looking for a cosmetic dentist or orthodontist in Northwest Portland. And maybe you could filter that even further. You're looking for the #1 cosmetic dentist or orthodontist in Northwest Portland, right? So there's all sorts of varieties, ways that we can actually filter to create different streets, looking for different keywords and key phrases that match the criteria that we're searching for. And that's exactly what this does. But what if we could make this even more relevant? What if we could actually put people who are looking for orthodontists in Northwest Portland on this street, people who are looking for orthodontists in Southeast Portland over here on this street? And if we kept doing that over and over again, right, then we end up with this. We end up with a marketing segment that is perfectly relevant. So now someone over here who's looking for a cosmetic orthodontist in Northwest Portland is over here, and someone over here that's looking for braces for their teenager in Southeast Portland is over here, right? Then we could actually take our ad and actually put it on every single street corner on this marketing segment that we've created. And we've essentially created a perfectly relevant marketing segment for every visitor so that we get the lowest cost per click possible and the highest conversion rate for those who are actually seeing our ad. Unfortunately, when it comes to online advertising, people are taking the same approach that they do with a physical billboard ad. They're taking their ad and they're doing this. They're putting it on Google and they're just hoping that anybody and everybody sees their ad. And unfortunately, it results in a bunch of irrelevant clicks or people who don't ever see their ad altogether. And what they should be doing is this, just like I was talking about. So let me show you how my company, Ortho Premium Leads, actually does this. Okay, so let me show you how this works in Google. Google is a multi-billion-dollar company, and where they create all of their value is they have all this data and information with keywords and key phrases that visitors use, and they match that with companies that are providing relevant information, services, and products that match that search for those keywords and those key phrases. So Google is going to reward you on the relevancy of your advertising. Okay, so if I type in teen braces, Portland, Oregon, I'm going to get a bunch of search results here. And right away I see 3 ads at the top. Okay, now I'm using 4 different keywords in my search, and so Google is going to reward the company with the most relevancy. Remember that. So right away I see braces, teens, there's 2, Portland, Oregon, there's 4. So they match all 4. Okay, now this next company down here, they've got braces, so that's 1. And I don't see anything else. So I guarantee that this company is paying a lot of money. They're probably paying 4 to 5 times more than this company is. And guess what? They're in the second position. They're not even in the first position. And that's because Google rewards relevancy. So over your budget, they reward relevancy more than how much you pay. And so that's how people are blowing their budget, is they're spending all of this money on Google Ads, but their ad is not very relevant to what people are searching for, okay? So where my company comes in and how we help orthodontists rank really high to get that high conversion value is we have a proprietary software that uses all of the keywords and all of the key phrases in the orthodontic field, and we actually populate individual ads for every single keyword and every single key phrase. Let me show you how this works. If I go over here to my Google AdWords account, I've used my software to create hundreds of ads, okay, using all of the keywords and key phrases that are relevant to orthodontists in Portland, Oregon. So here I have Portland braces doctor, and here's an ad, Portland braces doctor. Come down here, Portland braces rubber bands. These are all the keywords that people might be searching for. And look what my ad says, Portland braces rubber bands. Here's another one, Portland braces you orthodontics. Okay, look what my ad says, Portland braces you orthodontics. And we do that for every single keyword and key phrase. And so we literally have hundreds of ads down here, as you can see, 144 ads that we've populated. And the problem is with most advertisers is they don't want to go through all the work to do this. So they create one ad and then put all of the keywords and key phrases in that one ad. And that's like creating a billboard ad and putting it on I-5 and hoping that somebody that is actually relevant to your service sees your ad. And that's why you blow your budget. And that's why your cost per click is so high and your conversion rate is so low. You have to do the work that Google wants you to so that you can be relevant. And when you do that, Google rewards you. Okay? So let's go back here to this presentation. So let me just give you a little bit of science into how this works. So you have 4 different advertisers here, and as you can see, this person's paying $2, okay, for their ad, or to bid on their ad to be seen or ranked in Google. And this person down here is paying $8. So why is this person ranked number 1 and this person's ranked number 4? It's because of their relevancy, the quality score. So what Google does, in order to get the best ranking possible, Google takes your bid and multiplies it by your quality score, okay? And when they do that, it gives you a score over here, and that score is what determines your rank in Google. And that's why people who are not spending as much are getting a higher rank, because their relevancy is so much higher than this person down here. This person down here probably doesn't have any of the keywords that the visitor is actually searching for in Google, but because they're paying so much, Google goes ahead and ranks them, but puts them at the bottom of the rank. Whereas the person up here who's not paying as much, they're probably using all kinds of keywords and key phrases that the visitor is actually using in their search, and that's why they're getting ranked so much higher, okay? So something really important to consider, Google's chief economist said that 60% of Google's quality score is actually determined by CTR, click-through rate. So what that means is they're weighting the quality or the relevancy of your ad really, really heavy over how much you're actually spending for the ad. That's why you gotta, if you want to get ranked high, you gotta play by the rules. And what Google really wants you to do is they want you to make sure that your ad is relevant. So I don't want to bore you with all the details, but I'll go into just a little bit more science behind how this all works. Here's a graph that shows on this arrow the cost to compete, the volume of searches. So if we take an example of the word bicycle, just that word alone, okay, is going to be really, really high in the search because there's all sorts of things that people are searching for associated with the word bicycle. So the cost to compete on that keyword is going to be very, very, very high, okay? But the relevancy of your ad for that keyword is going to be very, very low. Why is that? Well, how do you know when somebody types in the word bicycle if they're looking for training videos maybe on how to build a custom bike, or maybe they're actually in the market for a specific type of bicycle, or maybe they're just looking for information on how to repair a bicycle, right? You don't know. And so because you don't know, you could be advertising for this one single word and actually people scrolling past your ad and not clicking on it because it's not relevant to what they're actually looking for. Whereas down here on this arrow, we have the probability of conversion, the volume of search terms, okay? So as we get more specific with this term bicycle and actually use a phrase black 10-speed beach cruiser, okay? Not very many people are actually going to be searching for this actual term. But the people who are and the people who are advertising are going to be the perfect match for each other. So now people who see your ad for a black 10-speed beach cruiser, you know that it's highly relevant to them because that's exactly what they're searching for. And whatever service, product, or information you're providing them is going to be extremely valuable to what they're looking for. And that's why the probability of converting on that ad is so much higher than trying to convert on an ad with a simple word like bicycle, okay? So I don't want to bore you with all the details here, but just a little bit more information for you. 99% of advertiser group their keywords, and that means that there's more irrelevant clicks. Like I mentioned earlier, they're creating one ad and they're not doing the work of going through and creating an individual ad for every single key phrase or keyword search. And so they're grouping them all together like a giant billboard ad and putting it on Google, like putting it on I-5 or some major highway, and just hoping that somebody that's actually interested in their ad sees it, okay? But and that's how you blow your budget. But we at Ortho Premium Leads help clients like you, orthodontists, create individual ads that are much more relevancy so that you get a lower cost per click and you get a much higher conversion rate. So I'm sure by seeing this, hopefully you're kind of like, wow, Chris, like I didn't understand how this all works. Now it kind of is beginning to make sense to me. And now I see why I've been blowing my budget. So if you're interested and you want to hop on a quick phone call with me, and I can walk you through maybe how I can help your orthodontist clinic and how maybe we could do some advertising together to really improve your conversion rate and not blow your budget. I mean, just think for a second what 10, 20, maybe even 40 highly qualified leads for your practice could mean to the bottom line of your business, right? Now, I just want to mention that we don't work with anyone, right? We're searching for a specific partner in your area, and we want to make sure it's a good fit, right? So our team has worked with orthodontists. We know what works. We know all the keywords. We know all the key phrases. And there's a number of ways that we can actually work together. We work on a flat fee basis, or we work on a pay per lead basis. So basically we get paid based on the number of highly qualified leads that we provide you. So really, there's no risk involved. And here's what we offer. If we don't provide you with any leads, guess what? You get your money back, and we'll even provide you a nice custom bottle of wine, just like this picture here shows, just to say thank you for giving us a try. Here's my information down here, my email address, my phone number, and our website that you can look us up. So here's what we covered. We talked about how to prevent getting burned and blowing up your budget with Google, SEO, Facebook, all those things. We talked about how to generate highly relevant clicks, but pay way less than the market, and how to guarantee that you get the highest quality leads possible for your orthodontist practice. So we talked about that market grid and how we can segment it further and further and further so that every single street corner online is actually looking for the service that you're providing. And we talked about how you could have all of this launched with our proprietary software without any risk to you whatsoever. So again, I just want to reiterate, if you're interested in learning how we can help your orthodontist practice, I'd be happy to get on the phone with you, talk with you for a little bit, learn a little bit more about what you're doing and how we can help. And I just want to say thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and have a great day.